Hi guys, in this project I was really lucky to have a company of this beautiful pet, and he stayed around me for 2 days while I was scaping and eventually did planting. And also this project was done for a client who live in Ballina, which is a beautiful small town, and it's famous for its prawn industry. And also I was able to get a footage of this massive statue that they created there near Bunnings. So I did went to Bunnings to grab a few things for this project. And I took a footage and later on discovered that, it's there because of their prawn industry. So this is the final result that I was able to achieve after 2 days of hardscaping, or I would say after 1.5 day of hardscaping, and then there were a couple of hours used to plant it. Now the requirement of this tank was that they wanted something really detailed using driftwood and rocks, and also the client wanted some cave effect in it, which I was able to create. This tank is CADE 5-foot tank, so client already had that in place. When I went there, we did hang the lights, and after that I started scaping. In this video, what you will see is that how different raw material I chose. We went through all the raw material, which is dark Seiryu rock and the dark Indowood. I used the Jag Aquatics glue, and after that, once the whole scape was put together, it was heavily glued so that it doesn't come apart in years to come. Also, because this video is quite long and I do wanted to cover my thinking process and during the scaping time, a few things that I changed or how I thought. So this video will be divided into two parts, and do look through the whole video if you want to really learn that why I did certain things in the way I did in this video. So I do explain in different parts, so it will be good if someone who wants to understand the whole process and why I did things a certain way. So this is all the raw material that came from Vero Aquatics. So Vero Aquatics specializes in aquascaping materials and aquascaping related products, and it is our online store. And now we are also opening a physical store at Central Coast. And like you can see here, these driftwoods are really nice. They already treated. They are a bit dark. They are called Indo dark wood. Have a lot of character. But what I will be doing is chopping and cutting these little branches to shape them into a nice structure. Also, this rock is dark Seiryu rock. It looks way better than the normal Seiryu rock, and also have a lot of texture on it, like you can see, and especially the white stripes. They look really nice underwater, and when you put this rock in water, it actually becomes even darker. So our CADE is ready to scape, and what also happened here is what my client mentioned me that he have a piece of big dark driftwood which is sitting there, nothing has been used, and that's the piece. And he said, is it possible to use it in the tank? And what I was thinking is to create where the cave, if you've seen the final result, at 2/3 position I have a cave, very big cave structure. Now what I thought is behind that cave I can have this driftwood which basically creates that dark cave effect. And you can use any kind of driftwood, or if you keep that space empty, then it will be a see-through, and the back wall can be dark too. But I thought, let's use this. It will give it a nice stable base too. And after that, what you can see here is I'm placing all the different driftwoods around it. And I started also using Jag Aquatics glue. I started gluing all these pieces, and one by one I am creating this structure Basically, it will curve from the left side and from the right side, and the path that I'm planning is on top of the cave where that massive dark, driftwood is placed. So you can see that's the base of the cave that I am creating, and I will create a void space between the top and the bottom part. So you can see where I'm placing the rock. That will be roof of the cave or top part of the cave. And again, it's a pretty straightforward process. You can see how the glue and the tissue is reacting. So that's what I did throughout. I used that, and at the end, I did cap it with a crushed black lava, or sorry, crushed black Seiryu rock that I used, and to make the joint really solid, and also cover up all the imperfections that comes from using glue and tissue. So next part is to cover the top part of the cave and the right side. So I'm adding more driftwoods, and the way these driftwoods are being added, so you can see the flow on the right side is from right to left, and flow on from the left side is left to right, so that the whole scape flows in certain direction. It's not just randomly placed, because that's why the whole look of the scape will look even nicer. There will be random parts. Obviously, nature is not perfect, or not exactly symmetrical, so I will add the randomness. But because water have its flow, so certain things will go in certain direction, and that's what I'm trying to create here. So on the top of the cave, I do want to have a look like roots of different trees are coming down and hanging around the cave or around the roof of the cave, and that's how I am placing all these little branches which give that effect. And also, it looks very natural, because obviously something has to cover that cave when there is a lot of driftwood around there. And that can be easily done by using little different pieces. So this is the final look again for you guys. I will cover only this much in the part one, but part two is also being uploaded as we speak, and you can see that how the tank progressed in the part two. Thanks guys for watching. And really, if you guys have any questions, if I have missed something, or you are curious about anything, please do ask in the message section, and I'm more than happy to share more details. And I will see you in part two, where we will complete this hardscape and also look how it looks after planting. Thanks, guys, and thanks for the support. Take care. Bye.